Alright peeps, we're back. I'm going to tear the front diff out and axles and bearings eventually. But here's what you got to do if you want to leave the axles and stuff in it so you can roll it. You take these two bolts out, two nuts underneath, there's a bolt there, and there's one underneath I believe. Take all the axle bolts out, your wiring of course. Might be missing something, but it's been a minute since I took one out. That'll drop out enough to where you can still roll it without all this stuff in here. Then might go ahead and take the brakes out, the rotors off of it, because there's no front brakes anyway. The line's busted. Do all that, and at least we can still roll it, because I gotta roll it before we get the bed off. Then do the same on the back, take all the brakes off the back. Save on them because they don't look too bad. Use them on a future rusted up brake job. Yep. Alright, it's unbolted. Just gotta finagle and massage and twist and turn to drop it out. But both axles are unbolted. And I got the caliper off this side. But yeah, let me get a big pry bar and crawl up in there and try to drop it. Alright, it's out. There it is. I was going to try to take the axles out and leave them out so I can roll it, but this wheel bearing is ready to fall clear out of it, so the axle is kind of keeping it from falling apart. So I need to still roll this thing. And I cut the front frame out, save on them earpieces if I ever need a set. Might be nice to have around. Cut out, well, I cut it out. Unbolted the ABS box because they're very expensive, so might want to save on them. And oh yeah, I took the rotors and stuff off. Oh yeah, doors are gone. They're pretty simple. You got a bolt 10mm and one there and one here. That's it. And wiring and the door falls right off. Did both sides. Back here, all I did was cut the e-brake cables. I'm going to disconnect all the rear brake stuff and save on that and save that rear end. But I gotta keep that under the truck so I can roll it around for now. But once I do that, I'm gonna get all the tires back on it so I get this bed off and see if it breaks in half or not. Hopefully it don't. And then I'm gonna try to save on that back window. I tried last summer to get it out. It don't want to come out. It's really glued in there, and I don't have really tools for it, but I'm gonna try it again. And I'm gonna cut out the junk holder stuff. They're nice to have around. And you know, safety cluster and some doodads in there. And I don't know, just some saving on some stuff in here, I guess. Probably take the dash apart. Maybe try to show you some of that. It's a lot. There's a lot of stuffs to do in there. So let me, I guess, let me get started on this. Wanted to show you this. With it jacked up, somewhat level, I could stick pretty much my whole mitt back in there. Before you couldn't get one of your fingers at the top. Oh yeah, this is for sale. Owned by a famous person. But got the wheels on it, getting ready to put it down. I'll show you how bad the frame flexes, see what it does when I put it on the ground. But I'll probably do the rest of this outside. But yeah, just wanted to show you this before I put it down. It's interesting. Alright, I'm outside in the fresh air garage. Went ahead and cut the junk holder out of it. Got me a nice air vent there for some air conditioning. But I'm gonna pop the radio, heater switches, gauge cluster, and I think that's like 4 bolts. There ain't really no bolts to this. Just pull these things down, pull on it. Get the airbag out, all this plastic along the bottom, your little cup holder. And I'm going to try to save as much wiring out of that dash as I can. I may put it in Hollywood. That would make my truck factory power window doors. because it's aftermarket power window doors and they don't work real well. So I might save this one to put in that truck if I feel like I want something to do, I guess, because it's going to be a job. But then I'm going to save that, probably the column, and almost as much as I can out of here in case I need it. But let's get going. Alright, stuff's happened. The dash, I think, is out. I think I got all the wiring off. There's 2 bolts up top over here. Took me forever to find them. Oh yeah, there's some candy there. Want some? Num 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 num. So I'm going to try to lift this out. Hopefully that's it. Oh yeah, by the way, I did break something. Broke some of the plastic where the gauge cluster goes. You know, just giving it the rip-ums there, trying to get it out. Because I didn't know there was 2 bolts up here. So yeah, did break something on this. But I got it out with the wiring intact in it. So I could take it apart later. I think I'm going to take the AC box gadgetry out. Oh yeah, I got steering column out. That's pretty simple. But let me lift this out and then see what's inside here. There it is. Dash is out of the way. All that's left is the heater AC box. I think most of the bolts on this are on the firewall. It's been a minute since I tore one out. You know, you got a couple there. I think I'll pull that out. But I think that's all out there. Can't remember. It's been a minute. But there it is. Pretty simple. Looks like all them bolts right there. All the way across here. Over in there. You gotta take your lines off. AC condenser thing, stuff. Gadgetry for AC. This is how you get the heater core out. You gotta take all that out to get a heater core. Groovy, ain't it? 10 billion years later. But I think I'm just about done with taking everything out the inside. I'm trying to save on that glass, but that sucker is glued in there like you wouldn't believe. But I think clean this mess up and take the bed off and start getting this rear end ready to rip and tear out. I think that's what I'm going to do next. Because that's about all I can do till I get it on a trailer. So I can take out some of the wheel bearings, rear end, some other stuff maybe. Steering box maybe. Alright. Let me clean up the mess. You know, I brought the toolbox. Alright. So, I'm going to cut the roof off the truck. Because it's good sheet metal. And sheet metal is expensive. So, we're going to save on that for another day. Could use it for trunk floor, floorboards. Who knows, patch panel. But I broke out the sawzall, so I'm going to get it cutting. Alright, it is now a convertible. Ain't that just neat? Yep. Sawzall. Now I got some sheet metal to fix some rusty spots. I think next the bed's going to come off. And hopefully the thing don't, you know, taco. Because then it's kind of stuck here and then I'll have to cut the rest of it up. Who knows, maybe I'll cut the whole thing up. Ain't much left. But let me get some sockets and get this bed unbolted. But yeah, that's just grooviness right there. Alright, I got her all rigged up. It's coming off. Got some good, you know, strap relators on there. They're awesome. It didn't taco on me, but doesn't look like anything's moving yet, but it's in bad shape. Alright, give you an update here in a second when I got this sucker out of the way. Alright, here it is. Bed's off. And kind of got the rear end ready to come out. It's pretty rotted back here. Bolts won't come out, so I got half of it cut on that side, and that side's pretty rusted, so I think it's only got one side left holding it. But being on it with a sledgehammer knocked a lot more out, as you can see. There ain't nothing left underneath that. Like I said before, there's a pipe and they're holding it up. Then all underneath here is just gone. Then even the tool stuff's here is rotted clear out. So I'm not even going to save that. No point. That cross member is rotted clear out. Oh yeah, cut me out some hood supports for a square body. Use what you got, right? That's what I keep saying. So it'll be a hood support on a hood. Instead of buying some, I got that one. I got to do another slice right there. That one's out. But I think that's it till she gets on the trailer, or I decide to just cut it up. Nice convertible. Looks nice. Very nice. Should put the engine back in and drive it like that. I'll cut the front off of it. Shippery there, Jim Bob. Oh yeah, there's a nice spot. It's all kinds of num in this frame, I'm telling you. Num everywhere. Oh yeah, and I found another hole here. Right there. But I guess it's time for the word. We're gonna go with taco. Taco. Yeah, why not? Why not? But I think that's going to do it for this one. Not sure what I'm going to work on next. Oh yeah, I did break something again. I broke my impact somehow. Not sure how. Haven't figured it out yet. Supposed to be a really nice one, but I broke it. Still works, but it's broke. But yep, catch you next time on some more junk and junk and junk.